Okay, so this will be the continuation of our recorded discussion sessions regarding work, power, and energy. So let's begin. So kinetic energy has a simple equation. It is simply equal to 1/2 times mass and velocity squared. However, we can relate the kinetic energy into the formula or the equation of work. So we know that the equation for work is simply work is equal times force times distance. Okay. So we already know that. Okay. So we can expand or let's say derive another equation using these equations. Okay. So since we have three variables for the work, we have the work, force, and distance or displacement, we can assume that if ever there are problems related to, for example, you are asked about to find the value of work. However, the value of force in newtons is not given. So sometimes, instead of force, we have mass and acceleration. So therefore, this force can be what? In a form of mass times acceleration. So that's why we can use this equation to replace the value of your force or Newton. Hence, we can have the second equation wherein instead of force, we have mass times acceleration times distance. That's why we have this equation. And to make it clear to you, it is just the same as mass, parenthesis, times acceleration and distance. Okay, so actually we can alter or rearrange the variables, whatever uh, tactic or technique you have. So for this case, instead of multiplying your mass and acceleration, you isolate your acceleration and distance. Okay, for this one. But then, if we're going to multiply the variables to one another variable, parehas din po ang makukuha nating sagot. It is just the same. Okay? Now, so these three equations, your work is equal to force times distance, mass, acceleration times distance, mass times acceleration and distance is also equal to this equation. Wherein mass is equal to 1/2 velocity squared minus velocity squared initial. So take note, please do not be confused with this one. Okay? Kaya mako-confuse dyan ha. Ano lang din yan? It is simply the change in velocity. So we expand what? The equation, okay, of our velocity. So instead of having a change of v, we assume that we have final and initial values. And that is our b squared minus b sub 0 squared. Okay? This is another equation for you to solve work. Wherein your mass multiply to 1/2 multiply to your change in displacement. And again, if we're going to expand this, assuming that your mass times 1/2 will be distributed to final and initial velocity, you'll have what? You'll have 1/2 times mass, velocity squared, and take note this is final, minus 1/2 times mass, initial velocity squared. So here, in this equation, we simply distributed your mass times 1/2 to the change in velocity. Parehas lang yun. Okay, so we already know that your acceleration, this one, and distance, for example, distance. So previously in one dimension kinematics, we discussed that your distance or displacement could be replaced by a variable, either an x or we can still use letter d. In rare cases, we use what? Capital letter T. Okay? So we have another equation for that. Assuming that your A and D could replace your A and X. So if we're going to remember this equation, this is what, I think this is the first equation of our kinematic equations. If not, I think the last one, the fourth one, okay? Paki-check na lang, no? So here, for you to solve the final velocity squared, you need to have the value of your initial velocity plus 2 times ax. Sir, saan po galing tong ax na to? Parehas lang din daw siya ng a tsaka d. Wala daw yung pinagbago. Okay? Parehas lang daw po iyon. Yun lang po yun. Okay? And this one, assuming your ax is also equal to what? 1/2 times final velocity squared minus initial velocity squared. So, at this time, I'm assuming that you are proficient, you are now an expert in reading variables, no? Kasi if in this part, at this part, nalilito kayo kung ano ang final at initial, medyo mahihirapan kayo mag-progress. Okay? But, to make it sure, these entire equations, no, in kinetic energy, can be what? Simplified in this simple formula. Okay? Wherein we have what? Kinetic energy or KE is simply equal to 1/2 times mass velocity squared. And again, the unit or SI unit for our kinetic energy is simply 1 joule in standard format or in standard unit or SI unit. A change in kinetic energy is one possible result of doing work to transfer energy into a system. So take note of the following. Your KE stands for the kinetic energy. Your M, small letter m, stands for the mass of the object. V for the velocity or the speed. So it just simply means that having more mass or a heavier object will produce what? More kinetic energy. And a faster object, or let's say having more velocity or higher velocity or speed, have much more kinetic energy compared to slower ones. Okay? Because the velocity here is squared. Okay? So, your work net or net work, in some cases this is known as total work, is equal to what? Change in kinetic energy. If the net work is positive, the kinetic energy increases. Energy increases, sorry. If the net work is negative, the kinetic energy decreases. So, when we say change of KE again, ano ibig sabihin yan? We have what? Final KE minus initial KE. O, simply substitute the value of your KE into this equation. So, application, let's say a car is moving and suddenly hits the brakes. So, the car slows down, so its kinetic energy decreases, so that energy doesn't disappear. It is converted into other type of energy, which is heat by the brake pads. Okay? So, nako-convert, hindi siya nawawala. So, applying the law of conservation of mass and energy, that energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It can be either converted or transferred. So imagine you have a toy car on a smooth floor. At first, it's not moving. So when you push it, it starts to roll faster and faster. So the harder and longer you push, the faster it goes. So what does it mean? So you're doing work by applying a force over a distance, and that work is being converted into kinetic energy. Okay? So when we see kinetic energy, it is simply the energy of motion. Okay? Applying a force over a distance on a particular object produces more kinetic energy that is being converted into motion. So the work energy theorem, so when a net external force does work on an object, the kinetic energy of the object changes according to, okay, stop tayo dito. So this one, if you're going to remember, this is the formula of what? Network. Yung W subnet. Kanina, ang nakalagay doon, change in KE. So, we simply what? Expand the change in KE. Kaya meron tayo K sub E, KE sub F, KE sub 0. So, and kanina, diniscuss natin ano ang constant or value ng KE, and that is equivalent to what? 1/2 times mass times velocity squared. Wala pang final or initial doon. So, in this case kasi, naka-change in KE na siya. So, you are assuming now that you have a final and initial values. That's why it is also equal to 1/2 times mass velocity squared final minus 1/2 mass initial velocity squared. Kaya meron ganitong equation. So, example, imagine you accidentally drop a grocery bag from a table. It falls to the ground and speeds up. As it goes down, we want to find out how fast it was moving just before it hit the ground. Bago daw malaman natin, tawag dito, kung gaano kabilis, okay, we can use equations, no? So, in this problem, meron kang grocery bag na nalaglag sa lamesa. Okay? So, we normal people, hindi naman natin to kukomputin, di ba? But for the sake of science, particularly physics, we want to know how fast the bag or the grocery bag falls or drops from a table. Okay? So, we can use this equation. Okay? So, this equation is simply the change in KE. Okay? So, work done is equal in change in kinetic energy. Okay? So, initial velocity here, or B sub 0, is when the time you let go the grocery bag. And the final velocity is just the velocity before the grocery bag hits the ground. But the case for work done by gravity is different. Okay? Work by gravity is different in a way that it is equal to what? Mass times gravity times height. Now, your height here differs. It will become initial minus final. Sir, question, why is it not final minus initial? Because here, the height here, or the h here, is not change in height. So, if it is not in delta or change in height, if we have two values for height, we will simply measure the initial and final. We will not get the displacement. Kasi pag displacement, diba, final minus initial, yun yung function ng delta. Okay, yun yung triangle. But for this one, due to gravity, syempre, umpisa mo, then pataas, babagsak ka pa rin. So, lahat, leading to gravity. The force that pulls you towards the Earth's gravitational pull sa ground. Kaya ang ating equation for H will not be H sub F minus H sub 0. It will become H sub 0 minus H sub F. Again, it is reference to gravity and it is not change in height. So example, the starting height table, the final height ground. Gravity does positive work if the object falls downward. Okay? So sample problem. So here we have satellite. Okay, so the mass of the space probe or satellite is 474 kilograms and its initial velocity is 275 meter per second. If the 56.0, so this is read as micronewton force, acts on the probe through a displacement of 2.42 times 10 raised to 9. This is raised to 9 meter. What is its final speed or velocity? So, you have here the given wherein you have your space probe that weighs around 474 kilograms, your initial speed that has 275 meter per second, the force that has a 56.0 micronewton, and the displacement or the distance of the probe from its initial position to the final position, you have 2.42 times 10 raised to 9 meters. So you're asked to find the final velocity or the speed. Okay? Okay, so let's solve for this problem. So the equation that we'll be using is simply the net work is equal to what? Change in KE. Okay, ito lang yan i-explain ko. So itong KE, in-expand natin na meron tayong final and initial. And ang value ng KE, diba, 1/2 m times b squared. So nag-indicate tayo dito ng initial velocity. Kaya dito merong f at merong 0. So in some cases ay yan initial. Parehas lang yon. Okay, we're done with this. Unfortunately, wala sa mga to ang hinahanap nating part ng equation. Kasi meron tayong nakalagay dito na force and displacement. Paano natin masasagutan yan? Kung natatandaan nyo, kanina diniscuss natin yung formula ng sa equation yung mahaba. Work is equal to what? Force times distance. Force is equal to mass times acceleration. So we can use that formula. Okay? Bale itong work na to, papalitan nyo to ng another equation. Ano equation yon? Ito pwede mo itong gamitin. Okay? Bakit? Diba equal lang din naman siya sa force times distance. Sir, saan galing yung cosine theta? Kapag may angle na given. Kung wala naman, no need naman eh. Okay? So, pwede mo siyang iparet. Magiging ganito yan. Okay? Natatandaan, nag-gets natin. Ibig sabihin natin, etong equation na to, your change in kinetic energy is equal to the equation of the work sa ibang equation. That is force cosine theta times distance. Parehas lang yun. Okay? So, eto, ginamit natin. Oh, now, you can simply substitute the values para mahanap mo yung final velocity. Kasi may force ka naman, may distance ka naman. May cosine ka ba? Yes. Kung nakikita nyo kanina yung probe or yung satellite, nag-move from left to right. Saang direction? East. Diba? So, kung east siya, papunta siya sa anong axis? Nasa x-axis siya, probably. But, papunta siya sa east, meaning, anong angle yon? Cosine, diba ang cosine sa x-axis? Cosine, ano yan? 0. So, okay? So, substitute natin yung value. Ang force natin, ito, this one, is 5.60. Dito nakuha yan. I hope di ka nalilito. Next, ang cosine natin, saan galing yan? Cosine theta, saan galing? Although dimension, pinakita sa image or sa diagram na meron tayong satellite or probe na nagmo-move from left to right at x-axis. So, walang angle nun, 0. At ang dating distance, anong distance natin? Dito. So, that is 2.42 times 10 raised to 9 meters. Substitute lang natin. Next, our 1/2 mass times velocity squared, final to. So, final to. Given ba ang final? Ang tanong. Yan ang magandang tanong. Dito, hindi. Kukunin mo lang yung mass. Saan galing yung mass? Ito, 474 kilogram. Lalagay mo. Okay? So, ganun din dito sa kabila. Tama? Yung mass nito, kukunin mo. Okay? Since may initial velocity ka, which is given, 275, lagay mo. O, diba, ma-isolate natin ngayon yung hinahanap natin. Ano yung hinahanap natin? Ito, b squared f. Ito yun. Same lang yan sa b sub f. Parehas lang yan. Pero naka-squared. Okay. So, solve nyo muna. Okay? So, after solving this sa cycle, so, hindi ko na ituturo yan na isa-isahin ko pa to, no? So, lalabas dyan, ang final velocity nyo dapat ay, 805 meter per second. And this is, with adherence to the significant figure ruling, kasi 3 sig pig yan eh. So, try to solve this problem on your own. Marunong naman kayo mag-multiply, diba? Marunong naman kayo mag-divide both sides. O, ganun gawin nyo para ma-cancel nyo yung mga unit. Ang matitira nyan, meter per second. Okay? Okay, let's proceed with another topic. So, gravitational potential energy. So, the gravitational potential energy, also known as capital P and E, counterpart ng kinetic to, is the energy that an object of mass has by virtue of its position relative to the surface of the Earth. So, that position is measured by the height or age of the object relative to an arbitrary zero level. Hence, the equation is PE is equal to mass times gravity times height. And again, since it is an energy, the SI unit that we should use is joule in SI. Actually, we can use the 1 Newton per meter, but we want to be on a standard, we will use 1 joule. And also, it is the SI unit kasi. Okay? So, an object can have potential energy by virtue of its surroundings. Okay? So, an example of this is a wound-up string, a stretched elastic band, an object at some height above the ground. So, for example, yung elastic band, mataas ang potential energy na pag binanat mo yon. Pagka nirelease mo yon, tataas na ang kinetic energy nun gradually. Diba? Mararamdaman mo yung energy na pag tumama sa'yo. Okay? Ibig sabihin, yung stored energy or yung potential energy at rest ng elastic band na one stretch, yun yung maximum na potential energy niya. So, mararamdaman mo yung sudden increase in kinetic energy pag tumama sa'yo yun. Kasi makikita mo pag binitawan mo yun at one point, or kung binabanat mo siya sa dalawang fingers mo, pag nirelease mo yun, magiging kinetic energy yan. So, potential energy is a property of a system as a whole, not just of the object, because it is highly dependent to the external forces. So, if PE or mass times gravity times height, so how do we or where do we measure Y from? So, it turns out not to matter as long as we are consistent about where we choose Y is equal to 0. So, depende daw yun kung kailan ka mag-start, kung saan ang Cartesian mo mag-start ng 0 in terms of Y-axis. So, it only changes in potential energy can be measured. Depende po yun sa inyo. Hence, ito yung sinabi kong equation earlier, wherein mass times gravity times initial minus final. Kasi nga, hindi nagmamatter dito kung kailan ka nag-start, kung saan ka nag-start ng point of reference mo in terms of y-axis. Because, tandaan mo lang kung saan ka mag-start ng y is equal to 0. Kaya, hindi to pwedeng delta h. Okay? Hindi tayo final minus initial. Initial minus final tayo pagka gravitational potential energy. Or, W due to gravity or work due to gravity. Okay, example for this one. So imagine you're lifting a grocery bag from the floor to a table. So your M here is the mass of the bag. Obviously, your gravity here is the force that pulls the bag down. Diba? Your initial height ngayon ang tanong. Saan dyan? Starting height yon, which is the floor. Kasi lifting a grocery bag from the floor eh. Ibig sabihin, ang initial height mo, mula dun sa pagbuhat mo ng grocery bag, papunta saan sa table, which is the final height. Okay? So, if you lift the bag up, you're doing a positive work. Okay? Pag inaangat mo daw yung bag, that is a positive work against gravity. If you lower the bag, gravity is doing the work. And the work is negative from your perspective. So again, if you lower the bag, gravity is doing the work. And the work is negative or considered negative from your POV. Analogy niyan. So, pag upward motion, greater ang height ng final over initial. Okay? Now, mangyayari niyan, initial minus final. And that will be equivalent to h minus initial minus final is less than to 0. And that will contribute to having a negative work. Kabaliktaran naman kapag downward motion. Final is less than initial. Mas malaki ang initial. And that way, ganun pa rin, initial minus final, hindi naman kasi yan change of delta nga. Or change of height, sorry. However, pag downward motion, ang height mo ay greater than 0. Positive work yun. Analyzing the equation. So, mass of the object in kilogram, lagi. G, acceleration due to gravity. Initial H sub 0 yan original height. H sub F final height. So, if your final height is greater than initial height, objects goes up. Work is negative. Gravity resists. If the final height is less than the initial height, meaning the object goes down, and it is a positive work because the gravity helps you to do that motion. Example, the gymnast leaves the trampoline at an initial height of 0.20 meter. Ibig sabihin ng initial height, understood na to na ito yung H sub 0 mo. And dito sa maximum height, ito yung maximum height. Okay, what is your maximum height ngayon dyan? Okay, that is 4.80. Yan yung H sub F. Before falling back down, what was the initial speed of the gymnast? Hinahanap ang initial speed mo. So, may given ka, initial height, final height, tsaka gravity. Okay? Proceed tayo. So, general equation pa rin, work is equal to what? KE. But now, we will use what? A different set of equation. Okay? Pwede mo ulit to, katulad kayo ng ginawa natin, isa-substitute mo siya dito. So, ano mangyayari? Magiging mg times h sub 0 minus h sub f is equal now to this equation. Hahaba siyang ganyan. Nagets natin yon, kaya naging ganito. Okay, gets natin yon. Okay, pause nyo para maintindihan nyo. Sir, question, bakit po naging negative, negative 1/2 times mass v squared initial velocity yon? Sir, nasa na po yung final? Sige, isipin nyo bakit nawawala. Okay. Okay, kung wari naisip nyo na. Diba meron tayo ang principle wherein, let's say, we have 0 value. So, kung kasama yung 0 dyan, automatically, yung buong equation magiging 0. Okay? So, let's say, meron tayong 0. Ano yung 0 value natin dyan? Sige nga. Okay, uulitin natin Etong mg times h. Ito ngayon yan. Ito ay galing sa change in KE. Okay. Ito yung final KE and initial KE. Now, bakit ang natira ay initial velocity? Nasaan ang final? Nasaan to? Okay. Proceed muna tayo. So, let's say, na-solve natin. Hindi ko sasabihin na kung paano nakuha yon. Kailangan ma-analyze nyo yun dun sa picture. Okay. So, para makuha mo to, etong b sub 0, anong gagawin natin? Divide both sides by what? Para ma-isolate mo. 1/2, okay, mass. 1/2 mass. Cancel, cancel. 1/2 times g times h minus h sub f, magiging ano siya? 2g. Kaya may negative 2g tayo dito. And then, copy lang natin itong h sub 0 minus h sub f. Saan nakuha tong square root? Nanggaling siya saan? Diba ang natira dito ay b squared, final velocity squared. So, kailangan natin i-apply ang radicand sign. Okay? Proceed. Substitute the value, negative 2 times 9.81 or 9.80, sorry, meter per second squared. Okay lang yan kahit ano gamitin nyo doon. Times 1.20 minus 4.80. So, dapat ang sagot nyo ay 8.40 meter per second. Okay. So, para masagot natin yung tanong kanina, sir, bakit po nawala yung yung mass times velocity squared na isa? Saan napunta? Sabi ko nga, 0. So, hanapin nyo ngayon doon sa previous problem na 0 yung value niya. So, doon sa mismong equation, kahit ano dyan, kahit mass or velocity lang ang mag-0, automatically the entire term will become 0. Pagka ganun guys, pwede nyo na po siyang tanggalin sa equation. Okay? Pero kung gusto nyo, pwede nyo naman ito buuin eh. Ito, pwede nyo itong buuin. Gagawin nyo ano yan. Magiging 1/2 times mass velocity. Okay, velocity final squared minus negative 1/2 mass times velocity squared initial. So, kung 0 yung mass or yung velocity natin, automatically, anong gagawin mo? 0 na rin to. Ito na matitira, kaya negative 1/2 ang natira dito. Okay? So, that will be our second part of the recorded discussion.